He pulled him up out of the grave and he examined him and he saw that the man was a perfectly normal man. 2 arms, 2 eyes, everything was present. So he said to him, "So you're sick of poverty, right?" He said, "Yes." He said, "So, would you give me your eyesight for $100,000? He said, "No." So would you give me your hearing for $100,000? He said, "No." So would you give me your arms, or your legs, or your nose, or your soul, or anything for $100,000? Always, over and over, the guy said, "No, no, no." So I said to him, "So your body is worth millions of dollars, at the very least, and you want to go end it just like that?" So our body is a priceless gift and a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's our manner to keep it safe. So that's why we shouldn't do anything wrong with it. Yani, alhamdulillah, all of us here can see. We all can read the Quran, see beautiful faces, see the beautiful of the sunlight and the sunset and everything. And people are blind, they're just hoping for this wish. We don't think about it. We don't think about how lucky we are. Because we're so arrogant. We don't stop to think of how blessed we are from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah, all of us can hear how a deaf man can never hear the innocent laughter of a child laughing with no care in the world. Or you can't hear the Quran. Or you can't listen to the azan. Or you can't watch any movies or anything like that. His whole life is limited if you're blind and if you're deaf. Alhamdulillah, we've got both these things, but we don't do anything important with them. Most of us. Even our tongue. How important is it to us? Without it, we won't be able to speak. We won't be able to talk. What are we meant to do with our tongue? We don't go read Quran with our tongues. We don't listen to the Quran, read the Quran, give people da'wah, go up in these places, set examples. We're in a lucky country, we're free to do whatever we want without no harassment whatsoever, but we don't do it. What do we do with our tongue? We backbite, we backstab, we swear, we curse, we talk back. That's what we do with our tongue. A blessing, but that's what we do with our tongue. That's how arrogant we are. And even the technology. That's how far we've come, from cavemen and hippies and whatsoever to now, scientists and professors. And just think back to the simplest of technology, a camera. Have you stopped to think to see how a camera can stop and take the exact same picture of reality? And you can grasp it, and you can hold it, and you can do whatever you want with it. Put it on Twitter, put it on Facebook with nowadays. But do we ever stop to think how lucky we are? Just that little piece of technology. And we have so much more, but we don't. We just want more and more and more and more and more. That's what we want. Alhamdulillah, we're all here, well, most of us say we're born into a Muslim family. How lucky is that? Just imagine if you weren't born into a Muslim family, how different our lives would be. How much haram we have committed every single day without even questioning it. So alhamdulillah, one of the greatest blessings we have is being able to be a Muslim. Be able to practice what we want in this country. Do you know how lucky we are in this country? Did you know? If you have food in your fridge, clothes on your back, a roof over your head, and a place to sleep, you are richer than 75% of this world. This world has 7 billion people, and you're in the top 25% of the rich list. If you have money in the bank, or in your wallet, or spare change in a dish anywhere, in a vase or something, you are among the top 8% of the world's wealthy. Top 8%. If you woke up this morning with more health and illness, you are more blessed than the millions of people that will die this week. Millions of people will die this week. It's only logical. But we don't stop to think when we wake up how lucky we are. We wake up on a bed, not on sand, on knives or anything like that. We wake up calm and peaceful, and we dress up and we come here all peace. Everything is so secure, so safety. Yet we're so stubborn to realize this. We're unaware of this. If you have never experienced the danger of battle, the punishment of imprisonment, the agony of torture, or the pangs of starvation, you are ahead of 500 million people in this world. That's how far we are. 500 million people, at the very least. If you can pray in a mosque, without fear of harassment, or arrest, or torture, or worse, even death, you are more blessed than 3 billion people in this world. 3 billion people. If your parents are still alive and they're still together, you're counted amongst the top few. Not many people are like this. And if you hold up your head and you're able to smile on your face and you are truly thankful and you are blessed, because the majority can, but most don't. That's how lucky we are in this country. And in SWT, Allah SWT says, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. And we have created mankind as the best of creations. We are the best of creations. None of us can create anyone, let alone create us like this, with our body, with our brain, and our heart, and our kidneys, and our lungs, and everything working together so smoothly, so constantly, without no break or no interruption or no hesitations whatsoever. But we don't think how magnificent it is to have our eyes. We're not entitled, it's not our rights to have eyes, but Allah SWT has blessed us. But we don't use this as blessing, we don't use this for something good. We use it to watch something that's bad, or watch fights and don't break them up. We have ears, we don't listen, we listen for haram, we listen to gossip. Oh, who's gossip? Let's go over there, let's hear it. It's not our rights to have this, but Allah SWT has blessed us and given us a test to what we'll do with these blessings, and we'll be surely asked on the day of judgment how we approach these. You know that forgetfulness, the ability to forget, is one of the greatest ni'mah that we have, one of the greatest blessings that we have, to be able to forget. Most of us here, we have people that our relatives have died. Sure, in the first week, second week, first month, heck, we died with agony and grief, and we cried day and night, non-stop. But then after a while, after a year or two comes past, you won't even think about it. I'm guessing none of you even thought about your dead relatives until I mentioned it right now. They said, oh yeah. So isn't this a great ni'mah that we have, to be able to forget and forgive and move on? So if we didn't, how depressing will our life be? If one could stop and think. The Prophet ﷺ, he would pray Qiyam al-Layl every single day, every single night, until his feet would swell. And once his wife Aisha radiallahu anha, she was sleeping and she saw him still praying. And after he finished, he said, why don't you come back and sleep? Why don't you come back and sleep? He didn't say, oh yeah, I should. She said, Allah has forgiven your past sins and your future sins, and you are guaranteed paradise, and you are the best of mankind. So why do you keep on doing this? He said, he didn't reply, oh yeah, let's go. I'll go to sleep now. He didn't say that. What did he say? He said, then shouldn't I be grateful? Then shouldn't I be thankful to Allah for granting me this mercy, this blessing, this reward? Shouldn't I then not be thankful? Alhamdulillah, we don't have to pray Qiyam al-Layl. If we just pray, and we pay zakat, and we do the hajj, and we believe in La ilaha illallah, and we fast in Ramadan, that's all we need. That's all we need. Yet we don't. It's so easy for us, yet we don't. It's because it's so easy that we don't do it. How blessed we are, and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ghafur Rahim. He is the most merciful, the most forgiving, the most kind. You know that when we do wudu, every drop that falls is a sayyat drop. In the month of Ramadan, when we read the Quran, approximately they've estimated that it's 1 billion hasanat right there. For you to wipe that 1 billion hasanat, you need to do 1 billion sayyat. So then, one of the Sahabas of Rasulullah said to him, how can it be that some people didn't have more sayyat than hasanat? So how much sin are we committing, and how much little minimum of hasanat are we committing? That we have more sayyat than hasanat. And our sayyat only go one by one, and hasanat are multiple of hundreds at times we can receive. And yet some people will have more sayyat than hasanat. And that, if I told you, if I was a king and I invite you to my house, and then the slave went to inform me and he said to you, you're invited to the king's house on this such and such day, but bring a present with you. Automatically you think, oh, I have to bring a good present to him. So you're like, okay, let's say I own the school. I'll say, I'll give him that chair down there. Then you stop and think, say, nah, I'm going to the king, man, I'm not going to give him a chair. Say, alright, then I'm going to give him the whole carpet, the chair, the doors, and the aircon, and the windows. And you say, I'm going to the king, I'm just going to give him this much. You say, no, I'm going to give him the whole room. You stop and think, yeah, I'm going to give him the whole room. You stop and think, and you say, I'm just going to give him the whole room. I'm going to give him the whole school. I'm going to give him what I have. As if you've just gone for a king. You're going to Allah SWT, the king of all kings. See, the more you pray, the more you know, the more effort you must bring. The more you pray, then you know that you're not giving that much. You want to give more and more and more. But of course, the less we pray, we say, oh, we're doing our bit. Yeah, we don't have to pray the sunnah. We find excuses just to not pray. And it's so good for us. But we just, we don't want to. We're arrogant. There was once a man. He married 4 wives. He loved his 4th wife so much. Whatever she wanted, he'd get it. She wanted it, whatever she wanted, whatever she needed, her desires. Even if she didn't tell him to give him something, he would get her something. He loved her so much. He's got loved his 3rd wife as well. Whatever she wanted, he invested in her well. He helped her out. He loved her so much with all his heart. He loved her as well. He also loved his 2nd wife. And his 2nd wife, he loved her, she loved him. They had this sort of love connection. But they'll fight, obviously, but then they would make up and everything. And he loved it. But this guy's 1st wife, she rocked up one day. She's skinny, anorexic, dying of starvation. No one's thinking about her, she has no care, no one's caring for her. No one's cares about her, basically. She's tiny and skinny. Anyway, so this one day, this man falls ill. His old man is on his deathbed. And his 4th wife comes in, still beautiful than ever. And he says to her, my 4th wife, I gave you what I wanted. I invested in you. Whatever you needed, I gave you. Whatever you wanted, I gave you. I love you with all my heart, and you love me as well. Would you come with me to the hereafter? She says, what? Come with you? A sick old man? As soon as you go, I'm leaving you. So this guy, he's cut up deep in his heart. He got really upset. So she went away. His 3rd wife came. He said to his 3rd wife, I invested in you so much times. And I loved you with my heart, and you loved me. Would you please come with me to the hereafter? She said, as soon as you're leaving, I'm leaving you. There's no way. And she walked out. The man got more saddened. So his 2nd wife comes in. Now he knew that the wife loved him as well. She was up to him, oh 2nd wife, I loved you, and you loved me. And yet we argued here and there, but we still made up and we kissed up and whatever. Would you please come with me to the hereafter? She said, oh, I love you too. But I don't love you that much to go with you to the hereafter. The most I can do is bury you and make dua for you. And she left. And the guy was about to die. And his 1st wife came in, barely able to walk. And she was like to him, I'll come with you. I'll come with you. You see, we all have 4 wives. Our 4th wife is our body. Whatever our body wants, we get her. Wants to eat, we feed it. Wants to drink, we get a drink. He wants money and power, we get it what he wants. He wants to go to the gym, we take it to the gym. He needs to go to the toilet, we take it to the toilet. Our body is the most loved thing that we have. But as soon as we go, what does our body become? It becomes ramal, dirt, nothing. Our 3rd wife, the one we invested in her, there's our wealth and our assets and our possessions that we have. We love them so much. We're always trying to get more and more and more. But as soon as they're not going to come with us in the grave. This is going to our friends and family and the government. It's not coming to any one of us. Your 2nd wife, the one that loved him, you loved her and all that, those are your friends and family. They love you, but they don't love you that much to go with you in the grave. The most they can do for you is bury you up, make dua for you when they remember you, if they remember you. But your 1st wife, the wife that you left all alone, the wife that you never fed, the wife that you never paid attention to, that is your ruh, that is your soul, our soul. When was the last time we heard that word? Our soul. In the last week, in the last month, in the last year, without us just thinking about ourselves, our souls. When we had that deep thought of saying, where is my life going? We don't think of our life. We don't think of the hereafter. We just think of this life, of our bodies, of our looks, of our girls, of our possessions, of our friends and family, but we don't care about our ruh, the thing that matters. That and our hasanat and sayyiat are the only thing that's going to come with us in the hereafter. So we don't think about it. The blessings of Allah SWT is enormous and is countless. Allah mentions in the Quran that even if no one can count them, and they are countless of blessings and mercy that Allah gives us. May Allah guide us on the straight path and make us recognize His blessings and pray inshallah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين.